Hello, welcome to the day. Today I'll be working in 1 hour with the training status, with the coaching, and with the uploading to Azure, or deploying all of this solution to Azure. Let's get started. So let's see where we left off. So in the previous one, let me start the timer. This is where we left off. We have Docker desktop running. Here, I don't even know what PM is. Cool. Since last week, we have GPT-5.5 available. So if you're using VS Code, GPT-5.5 is here. You have an internal Opus 4.7 with 1 megabyte of context, or 1 million context files, not 1 megabyte. There we go. Localhost should be available now. Let's see. Connecting with Strava. And all right. So today's session, no sessions planned for today. Okay, so coaching, I have nothing yet. Why? Because I need to enable this with AI. Calendar shows the past few days. Next days are not there. So what I will expect to do is to implement this in today's session. Maybe make these a little bit more like the check-in calendar and coach. Nice buttons. And then on the fitness side, I would expect this to populate. So let's start with this maybe. Okay. Why don't I have anything here in terms of fitness, fatigue, and form? Shouldn't this be calculated automatically with the AI? Let's see. Okay. I know Garmin doesn't give these because there's no integration to Garmin. It needs an API of some sort. That's why, let's see if we can get this from Strava. I don't think we can. Or what we can do is to manually enter these by the max heart rate, resting heart rate, FTP watts and stuff. Or we can create this within the dashboard and settings. I think that's going to be easier. There we go. Strava gives this away. Resting heart rate I can manage. Yes! Implement this. Easy as that. And resting heart rate, I can always get it from Garmin. Even from my watch. AI, you just need to think. Think a little bit. Fitness, fatigue, form. Okay. Okay, let's see what this is gonna sync. Yep, 50 sounds like okay-ish. A little refresh, one sync. Sync is queued. Strava syncing. Yes. What now? Go back. Yes. Okay. What do these numbers tell me? They tell me nothing. What is the score? What does the score mean? What is the interpretation? What is the... Yeah. My form is 10. Okay, fatigue is 66. Makes no sense. Fitness is 33. Still doesn't mean anything. Yes. Let's add the tooltips. That is a good idea. Tooltips exist in the title. They might, but they don't still tell me anything. Yeah, let's try again. Next.js 15 is outdated. I think we need to replace this. Heavy fatigue spike, recreational, fresh, perfect. Yes. So these are the rough bands for just for running. Okay, so I think these numbers are just for fitness, for running. Since this is a running coach, that's what we need to focus on. Just right. Okay, let's fix this one too. Done refresh, you'll get that. Yes, fresh, ready. Recreational looks fine. Now we can say, yeah, this, just to be clear, these metrics are just for running. Right. Yeah, okay. I'm using an internal model, which is not really doing so well. That's why I'm switching to the previous one, which is the proper 4.7 one. Not with a higher context. Okay, next what I'll focus on is going to be the coaching, and once that's there, then I'm going to upload this to Azure. Why? I don't want to spend too much time. working with this, in my own environment, which is local. Yeah, let's leave it as it is. Okay. Now I want to implement the AI coaching feature. Ooh, this is nice. Number 2. Let's start with number 2. Once it fixes that, then I'm gonna add another plan agent to make sure that I can call athlete. Okay. Show me the option to view the athlete profile. Because I think it makes sense for the athlete to see the profile, right? Since this is my own user. And, to be fair, I don't think we need. Come on now. Yes, page not running. Restart all. Yeah, the worker's running, but the front end isn't. Yes, now we have the perfect yes. lost sync, activities, all read, fitness, 32.5, fatigue, form, yes, dashboard. Okay, now here's what we do. I think we need two things to make the UI a little bit more better, and to I think we are all right with this. So yeah, now we need to do the coaching part. Okay, plan, coaching. Now I want to implement AI coaching feature. This will be something like a 4 to 6 week running program based on my recent run performance and what I plan to achieve. To run a certain distance or to run a distance with a specific pace, such as a half marathon, such as a marathon in sub 4 hours. Now let's plan the implementation. This should be fun. And I'll just make sure this is here. Once I have the integration up and running, this is going to be so easy. And I think as a bonus, I want to make the UI changes make it look cool. Ooh, there's a very important part of this business, which is make sure the packages are up to date. I don't want deprecated packages with things that are not really working as I expect them to work. This is taking a while. I don't want this to be a deterministic fallback because I want this to make sure this is done through AI. So I can call plan generated today. Nope, the agents are not synced. Do we need to assume the agents? The agents need to be provisioned in Azure. Replace the coach stub with goal capture form, single page, structured form, fastest path, new page, new code, chat for later, conversational only, chat with the agent to set the goal. So let's replace the coach stub with the goal capture form, single page, structured form, fastest path. Let's okay. More error prone for. Let's go with a clear separation. I want to replace the code stub with goal capture form. I think capturing the goal is fine. Yep. Let's start with the smallest implementations first and then build on top of that. I think that makes sense. So what I want to do is with this, once I sync my profile with Strava, then I want to create something like Rana where it gives me the program and hopefully generates, I mean, I can even generate the program that fits my watch, which would make sense. Okay. I am 22 minutes in. Okay, now I'm going to fill in my azure.md file, which has the information about my Azure tenant, my subscriptions and everything. And once there's that, then I'll make sure that the rest goes in place. So I'm just going to pause for a second, fill in the form, and then once that's all there, I think it's just going to create everything for me. I'm not gonna, yeah. Okay, so yes. Yes, reproductive, yes, 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 yes. Pausing. Now I have my Azure MD file ready, then I start the implementation. So I have my Azure MD file available. You'll see the subscription IDs and everything, but still. So, yep, that's gonna work. File available. Run all the necessary bicep scripts to create the resources. That's gonna be my next prompt. There's also one thing called the GitHub Spark. GitHub Spark. And this is something a little bit more different. Let's, yeah, I'm just gonna use, yes. There we go. And what happens is, when you use the GitHub file, or the GitHub Spark, it creates everything that's ready to deploy. So it's more like, I want to create an app that looks like Rana. where I can create custom workouts, custom training programs for myself based on the information that I have in Strava, and integration would also work. So this is something even more interesting. So this is now helping me create. I'm just going to create another. I'm just going to go to my other screen now to check what's happening in Azure. And meanwhile, let's check this implementation. Generate the training plan. This is looking so cool. Oh, this is just becoming too fast. No, nice. Okay, this is something that I have to do. AI coach not configured. This is, yes, something that we need to fix. Coach. I can't check anything yet. Custom. Okay. Let's refresh. Go to the coach. Can't select anything as of yet. I don't know why. Okay, fine. Yes, create the bicep and run it to create the Foundry resources. And okay, does it make sense to do this as an agent within Foundry? I want to use GPT-5.4. Yeah, GPT-5.4 can't go wrong. Oopsie. Profile, miles. Nope. I want this to be in kilometers. Race goal should be either distance or to run a distance in a target pace. The training plan should ask for. So now I'm also trying to generate the same thing with GitHub Spark, which is available in GitHub Copilot Pro Plus or enterprise accounts, enterprise subscriptions, yes. And what I would like to do is, what's wrong? Yep. Okay, for how many days a week I want to train. Yep, that's fine. What's wrong with this? Okay, fine. Yeah, this is gonna generate the resource group within Azure. I'm already logged in, but there's no resource group called coaching app. So this is gonna go and create the resource group. It's gonna be GPT-5.4. I think we're gonna do global standard. And the time I have is like 24 minutes. Edge profile, still in miles because it's still implementing. Okay. Yeah, create the bicep file. Infras here. I expect an agent to be also built. Do it. Perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. You can simply go with autopilot here, but yeah, it's always nice to be safe. There we go. Current weekly distance. Yeah, I'll just continue with the development here, which is the pro code-ish, but this is more like low code. 3 days per week. Okay. Weekly distance is more like, let's say, 12. I am more or less an intermediate runner. I want to have yeah, what a completed distance, 42.5, and let's say my next race is in August. Save profile and generate a training plan. This is pretty cool, man. And once I'm done with this, this failed. Or did it? Yeah, failed. Nice. Now this Azure MD file is going to be changed, which it is. Now I'm not going to show the file. Why? Because it includes all my secrets and everything. So yeah, that's probably properly wired. Let's switch to yes. Let's generate this one more time. Wondering what this will look like. No, crazy. This is so cool. So this is week 1. Let's maybe show these. Show the boxes or tiles either all on top of each other or side by side with the. Man, this is so cool. Now, okay, goes third week. What? Why? Week 1 is okay. Nothing on week 3. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why? I want the okay, let's change this a little bit. Run Forge, nice name. Why do I only have 2 weeks available for programming? I only have 18 more minutes. Yup. Let's do a new plan. I think Copilot Spark is doing a good job. I think I need to do distance, time, and pace. But I think my app is gonna look way better. I think GitHub Spark is pretty cool in creating an MVP, but yeah. I want to see the target pace here. Let's see what this is gonna show. So I'm working on this and this at the same time. This is pretty cool. Two different tabs. This is even a 7 pace, so that's what I'm expecting. 7 pace, 6 pace, 7 pace. Nice. Now let's do a new plan. Oh, no, August. Okay, let's do 21. Save, new plan. Yep. Thirteen more minutes. Activity summary, chat coach, daily adjustment, and plan generator are all created. These are the agents, so this is something completely separate. I'm just trying to fill some space in compared to, yeah, this is still failing. Okay, so that just can go and figure that out. However, what I'm doing here is I have a coach. Yeah, this is gonna run. I'm just gonna go back to the dashboard. Yes, nice. Okay. Let's run these now. So yes, I want to go to the profile, go back to the dashboard, want to go to the coach. It says AI coach, yes, because now this needs to be configured again. And it says AI coach not configured, which obviously is. What I have to do is, I think, run this to enable plan generation. but I'll just wait for it a little bit so this can just get restarted. Run npm agent sync. I'll just stop them and then ask yes. So es build, this is running, this is running. Yeah, this is gonna work fine. Now I'm just looking back into this little fast MVP, and I'm at the same time trying to do my own implementation here. And I think what I'm going to do today is to install OpenClaw and then integrate that into WhatsApp in some way. That's what I want to do. Last 9 minutes. Let's see. Yes, Next.js dev server, right? Exactly. I think I should have this restarted. Yep. I think this is just grayed out because it needs all that information. So if when I have this enabled, what I'm assuming is this will be selectable, custom, target time, finish time, everything, and also weeks of training, sessions per week, and race day. I hope race day is a date time picker. And my next thing is going to be the UI changes and making the packages, making sure the packages are up to date, because I just don't want to work with outdated packages. 7 minutes. Yeah, the coach went away. Yup, you destroyed this. Dev server isn't running. Guess what? Dev server is not running. Now it is. Let's try. Let's go, coach. Let's go, coach. This is a daytime picker. Yes, sir. Sessions per week. I want 2 sessions per week. Weeks of training. 8. I want to do a half marathon, and then my target finish time is going to be 1:45:00. Custom? Meh. Generate plan. Wondering why? Let's generate the plan. Can't wait. Okay. So in theory, this should work. Plan failed schema validation. Okay. I want to make sure there is a wait screen of some sort that shows the AI is generating the program. Right. 2 things. 4 minutes. Let's see if I can have a running AI integration. I think I'm gonna skip the part where I deploy the full solution to Azure. Let's make this deploy to Azure. Okay, do it then, do it. Your periodization course for endurance athletes. You receive a JSON baseline. Okay, physiological constraints are volume ramp is less than 10% per week. There's definitely more than one rest day, no back-to-back hard days, recovery every 4th, tapered last 2 weeks, run volume, you must return only JSON. Okay. This is pretty cool. Let's see what this says. Aha. JSON, green, amber, red. String, yeah, total weeks, this, that. No keys. No code fences, no this must be ISO, no red, never invent baseline numbers, only use what's provided. Yep, this is the agent, and I have 2 minutes. I just want to generate a plan that runs properly. Both fixes done. Let's generate the plan. Don't save. What's changed? Goal form. So this form. Perfect. Big erase. Please don't refresh. Should work. Okay. And 45 seconds. So we've achieved this. Coaching with AI seems to be somehow working, and this part is still missing. So this is done. This is almost, and this is still pending. This is what I'm gonna probably focus on the next video. So these two were in the first video. Now this training status. Yup. Still gonna go for 3 more minutes. Thank you. Go for a few more minutes. The routes are gonna be updated. Yes. Just gonna again make sure that this is done, and then this will be in my roadmap MD file. I'm most likely gonna have the Azure AMD file in gitignore because this already has my information. I'm not gonna upload this. If you want to work with this repo, I'll still push. Yeah, I'll push this on GitHub so you can. I'm just gonna make sure I see whatever this is, whatever is generated. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so my half marathon, I'd like this to be 2 hours. And I want to do 2 sessions per week. Okay, let's do 3. Yep, failed again. Failed again. Okay, this is where I stop. I'll still try to come up with something for the next week. We'll continue. See you later.